So class, this is your lab 8 for this week. I'm going to go to the last slide because this should have been my first slide. What you're going to do, you're going to open lab 8 solution lab activity document. Is in the Word doc form available under module 8. Then you pick you're going to open this lab 8 document, and then you select the data sheets, the data from the, not the data, I mean information given on page number 10 and 11, and you copy and paste that anything that's given on page number 10 and 11 on a new Word document and save it as lab 8 solution lab activity, last name, first name, and the date. Please do not attach, please do not attach the whole 11-page document on the in the post lab activity, or I will not, and I'm also not going to accept the handwritten information on a piece of paper. There are few students who are doing it. I am giving them 0, but then they're still doing it, so I don't know if they are paying attention that you have to have the data in the data sheet. How does that page 10 and 11 look like? Look at this. This is your page number 10 and this is your page number 11. All you have to do is to select these two pages, copy and paste them in a new Word document and save them with this name. Then you're going to fill all the columns based on the directions that I'm just going to provide you. And then you have to make sure that there are 2 experiments, and for experiment number 2, step 6, 7, 8, and 9, you have to show the work for these steps under the experiment 2. And that means you can just click and this is going to take you to a new page and you give all the information. So there is experiment number 1, that is 5 points. Experiment 2, 5 points, data. And the 5 points will be to show the complete work for these steps. So what is your experiment number 1? Again, you are not doing anything from the packets. This is you're going to do. This one, you have to do it based your solubility chart that I already explained you. There is no shortcut. If you just going to go straight to this video and you have no idea what solubility chart is and you're just going to email me, I will tell you to go watch the other videos. And your answers here in this table has to be based on that solubility chart and based on your knowledge from polar and non-polar compounds. So NaCl is salt soluble in water. You go back into the solubility chart and check NaCl in that solubility chart. If it is soluble, then write S. If it is insoluble, then write IS, insoluble. I will take off points if you're not using the format, or if you're not following the directions that I'm giving you. Then similarly, you check the solubility of naphthalene in water. The important thing is that this compound is made up of carbon and hydrogen. So think about it. If your solute is polar, water is polar, we know that. So that means as long as your solute is polar, it's going to be soluble, non-polar, insoluble. But some ionic compounds, they are insoluble, that you're going to find out based on the solubility chart. So in these ones, either it has to be soluble or insoluble. We are using water solvent here, and in this case we are using hexane solvent here, and we can say hexane is non-polar solvent. One of them. Now in these two cases, acetone is liquid and water is liquid. We are checking the solubility of 2 liquids, and if we are mixing 2 liquids, we do not use the word soluble, we use the word miscible. If the 2 liquids completely dissolve in each other, then that means you will see only one layer is forming. So we use the term miscible. If we are adding something and the two separate layers are forming, here is one layer and here's another one, that means they are not soluble in mixing in each other, so they are immiscible. So now based on, so water is polar, hexane is non-polar. Now you have to think whether this is compound is polar or not. If it is polar, then it's gonna be miscible. If it is not polar, then it is going to be immiscible. And the same thing with here. So this is the way you have to do experiment number 1. Experiment number 2 is that you are given this data. Had you been in the class, then you would have been collecting this data, but unfortunately we cannot do it at home. So what you have done in the lab, first you weigh 100 milliliter of beaker, and let's say, and this is the one I'm giving it to you, let's say the mass of 100 milliliter beaker is 40.354 grams. Then in that beaker you add 15 milliliter of unknown salt solution, and then you weigh it again. So then when you beaker plus salt solution, let's say the mass of this. Now this is the mass of the beaker, this is the mass of the beaker and salt solution. Then can you find the mass of salt solution? Yes, that will go here. Then what do? You heat that beaker on a hot plate until all the water evaporates. So you added the salt solution. If all the water is gone, what is left? Salt. You bring the beaker to the room temperature and weigh it again. Then the mass of beaker after heating is, let's say, this. Now this mass of beaker after heating is basically the mass of beaker plus the mass of salt. So I know the mass of beaker and the mass of salt, and I also know the mass of beaker. Then can I calculate the mass of salt? Yes, you do that. And then you convert this mass to moles, and to convert mass to moles you need to know the compound, and we are using salt. So that means you will need the molar mass of the salt, which you can calculate. We are just converting mass to moles. Then based on this data, you have to do this calculation. And this is what I told you. You have to show the complete calculation for step 6, 7, 8, 9 on the next page. Molarity is moles of the solute. Do I know the moles of the solute? Yes. Look at all the data here. My solute is the salt, divided by the volume of solution in liters. This was your volume of solution, 15 milliliter. But then you have to change it to the liters. And you have to watch all the significant figures. Number 8, you're calculating weight by weight percent, which is grams of solute. Do we know the grams of solute? Grams of solute is same as mass of solute. Mass of solute is same as mass of salt. Divided by the grams of solution means the mass of the solution. Look here, is there any place where you can find the mass of the solution? Then number 9, grams of solute. Again, grams of solute is the mass of solute or the mass of the salt divided by the volume of solution, and this volume of solution has to be in milliliters, and that was given here, which I wrote down here. So you do the calculation of 6, 7, 8 and 9 and you show the work, and then you going to upload it under the I forgot to write down here. You're going to upload it under, it says, you're going to see it is the post lab 8 solution activity on Canvas. No handwritten data on a piece of paper. It has to be in these 2 pages. These are page number 10 and 11 of your solution activity, and you have to have only these 2 pages, not the whole document.